Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Shogun 2 and what probably is the last video of this campaign. We're not too far away from Tokyo at this point, more than a few turns. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and start this off. So as you can see, we have dealt with the enemy around the port city. And we're moving the armies down south to deal with Tokyo. So first and foremost, we need to cross the bridge, force this guy away. So the best thing here is probably to attack this guy, which I don't actually reach, but if I can attack him, I can drag out this army as well, so I don't have to face them in port. But there was also a request to have some naval battles, which I have lined up. Let's go ahead and see. So unfortunately we're not gonna have any of the big ships, but we're gonna have some naval battles. So I think we'll cut both of them together. So we'll have one up here against the Tokugawa fleet, and then we've got a fleet of Matsune, which is the guys all the way up north, then attacking this port. So we'll go ahead and do this one first, but because this will, I think, will actually be a port battle, and then we'll see if I want to add on this one. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and have our naval battle, shall we? And so here we are for the naval battle. We're on board an armored cruiser, which is in a group of 3 armored cruisers. And off there in the distance there's 3 bigger frigate class ships, wooden ones, and then we have 3 of them similar on the other side. And let's see if I can get a forward looking view. This is kind of a forward looking view, but we can't really see what's going on in front. Well, we've got a line of enemy ships lined up to meet us. So here we got the wooden class ship, or wooden ships, going on both sides, and then we have these armored ships, or the armored cruisers, going straight in among the enemy. We're gonna switch to explosive shell. We're gonna do fast reload, and we're gonna turn the ships a bit to the sides. We're gonna have one passing through the center and the other 2 or passing on the side. Let's see if we can bloody well speed these up. So even it's bloody hell, the lead ship is on fire. Oh, this one's on fire as well. Keeps firing though. Oh, there goes the masts. There's a risk of this ship exploding. But since we're so close to the enemy, we're gonna continue the fight. Well, this one's gonna bloody well ram us. Not that it did that much. It's a wooden ship ramming into this cruiser. Gonna turn the cruiser around. This one's gonna come around that way. And this one's kind of being pushed around by the enemy ship. Put some extra shots into him. I'm sure he will give up. You know what?
Ship is on fire. It could spread, sir.
Or maybe I should just hold the ship and let him pass. Looks like the enemy is completely just being blown apart here. So no real damage on our ship except for that one that's on fire up there. Boom, I think that was one of the enemy ships. Just went... Ooh, and then there goes another one. Oh, we had some Confederates aboard this ship apparently. Part of a Confederate crew. Ship's on fire, and that shit just blown up, and there we go. Unfortunately, it wasn't really a port battle because my port batteries were destroyed or had already been bombarded, so they weren't really useful. And the enemy was just laying siege to the port. They weren't actually in the port. Anyways, decisive victory. We're gonna go ahead and have another naval battle, and then we'll continue on towards Tokyo. And here we are for the next naval battle. This one takes place on the high seas. So we got the main navy group out there. Seems to have been messed up, but it's supposed to go in a line and cross the enemy ahead of them. And then here from the back we've got 3 smaller gunboats, 2 of which are armored, and then we've got 1 armored cruiser as well, bringing up the rear here on the enemy. Oh, actually, the enemy is turning its fleet around to face the smaller fleet. What are these guys doing? They're a bit messed up, but they're supposed to pass by the back of the enemy. Let's see. We'll tell them to go in a bit. Oh, the enemy is actually turning towards, so yeah. Continue as ordered. And then we'll go in and take a look at how it goes for the cruiser. The armored cruiser and the gunboats, which are now steaming ahead straight into battle here. The gunboats are really fast and are able to maneuver really quickly against the enemy here. They're gonna hold roughly in these directions and fire on the enemy as the armored cruiser will try to turn out here and block the enemy. We have to turn this fleet in now, since the enemy is turning away. So the enemy gunboat is getting blown to shit by our armored cruiser and our small gunboats. See if we can, at a slow pace, advance in on these 2. You know what? Let's go in between. These guys are not facing the armored cruiser, so these idiots are moving straight into the firing range of this navy. So right now the enemy is firing because they're firing normal shot while we're firing explosive shot, which has a shorter range. Is this one? Yeah, that's gone. Right, then we'll continue with these 3. Oh, the enemy gunboat is still operational. The armored cruiser laying its shot into the enemy.
Your general is under attack, sir.
See if you can pass around like that, while the gunboats are now turning around the splinters and remains of these 2 enemy ships, and we're turning in to destroy these 2. This guy is narrowly passing the friendly ship. Everything is on fire more or less for the enemy at this point. Let's make sure we try to stay away from running into our own ship. Ooh, they're passing real close to the fire here. Oh, you know what? They're sunk. Shit, this one's completely on fire. Just a fiery inferno. The entire vessel is just ablaze. And this guy's like, I don't know if I should be staying here. Can go real close and see expression. This was just gonna be a nice trip on the high seas. There's a few others engulfed in flame like this guy. Let's see if we can close in. Oh, look at that! His eyes have popped out of his head, and he's got a little Hitler mustache. So maybe it's just as well that he's torched. Right, so there we have some naval battles as requested. Now back onto the march on Tokyo. And so we're back on the trail to Tokyo. Let's go ahead and scout our way there with my French sergeant. They are holding the bridge. Now, I would fight here, but I want to continue as much as possible towards the town. Let's see, there is a way to pass upstream, but let's see if we can just get closer here. I want to see what kind of... Do we have... Yes, I do have my navy close by. We'll send that in to discover what the enemy is up to. So they do have a significant force there. I wonder if we should have the last battle as a siege battle, possibly. Trying to attack the Tokugawas there. Let's see if I can support this attack right here with my navy. I'm gonna move in the big guns, but we want to make sure that we don't get damaged. We're gonna blow up the port, and then we can see about bombarding. I can bombard town with this one, and then we'll take the other one to bombard the army. And you know what? I should have probably moved them closer so I'll actually get use of them in the battle to come. See if they... Yes, we will draw into a battle, so we'll have this field battle and then we'll drive on to Tokyo. And so here we are on the field of battle. I'm sending my army up to this hill to... You know what? I completely forgot to put anyone to defend my cannons. Completely abandoned those guys. But we're trying to hold this hill anyways. Oh shit, are they sending troops to deal with my artillery? So we're trying to, or we're gonna try to, hold this hill to the best of our ability. I think the hill is actually a bit too small for me to fully use my army. I guess this will just be interesting to see how this turns out. Right now, that rifle unit is about to get swarmed by enemy cavalry. I tell the artillery to hold fire and not fire in and destroy. Most of the rifle unit was actually cut to pieces there. Yeah, the hill is way too small given the amount of units. We'll send these 3 infantry units back down to hold around the cannons. The cavalry is sweeping straight through the enemy lines. Holy shit, this unit is getting absolutely destroyed, and so is this Gatling gun unit. Okay, we need to deploy this before it gets utterly demolished. And we need to switch out the units there. Okay, let's see. The Gatling gun, did the Gatling gun manage to... Yes, they did manage to set up. But I guess because these units are in the way, they have no clear field of fire. So we're gonna move these guys back. And you know what? Let's just blow these bastards up. Get the cavalry back. And let's see if the Gatling guns are ready to open fire down. There we go. They're turning to prepare to fire down. There we go, firing down the hill. Getting some amazing fire going down there. You're gonna switch angle on this troop. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna move these guys down there. Have these guys to cover them. And it's an absolute slaughter down there. We're blowing them up with the naval bombardment, and then we have the Gatling gun to push fire down upon them. You know what? Open up on the Marines instead. And let's see about getting 2 units here. So you go like that, and you head... will be stationed right there. Ooh, the Gatling guns. They're almost out of ammo already. We'll hold off until the next group of enemies is ready to attack. Looks like they continue mostly of traditional troops. So that should be good. Should be able to hold against those guys. Keep up the fire, lads. This is going well. There's a constant fire from our men. The artillery is blowing away at the enemy. And you know what? These guys are actually returning fire. Are we returning fire on them? Not entirely sure. Probably need to prepare for another naval bombardment around this area, since this unit, Temple Guard, it's an elite unit, and they're very experienced. I'm gonna hold off with the Gatling gun until there's a risk of the enemy actually coming really close. Okay, we got another naval bombardment. I'm gonna throw it down in that area. Probably might need some support on that side. We've got this extra unit right here. Just in case this one needs to fall back, which I think it might very well need to. Post the general a bit more forwards. And, well, the enemy's close enough, so... let's tell the Gatling guns to open up. Absolutely crushing down here, where the Gatling guns bullets are landing. A naval bombardment went in and blew that to pieces. I'm actually worried about this unit, because this unit is a... oh, it's just gunner's attendants. I thought it was the blunderbuss guys. The blunderbuss guys has a tendency to just blow everything to hell. Oh wait, it did. It is that kind of unit. Let's move this line closer and blow away those guys. Hold fire and start firing and give them some shrapnel, will you? Gatling guns are out of ammo. Are the enemies retreating now? Or why have we stopped firing? So the enemies really, what they have left is the guys here, and then there's one unit in center. It is hopeless. That is true. As you might have noticed, we had a bit of a crash right in the middle of battle. Well, not in the middle of the battle. I basically already won the battle once the crash occurred, but nonetheless it occurred. And yeah, we're back. I redid the battle. I won, and I took the town as well. And yeah, let's force the enemy back, clear the bridge. See, I don't actually reach the town, which is unfortunate, so we're just gonna have to bomb the guys guarding the bridge. Blow them away. And quite readily so as well. Really took these guys down. So we're gonna let Tuberville go in first, and just most likely the enemy's just gonna go ahead and move away from the bridge. Which they did, but now Tuberville can't advance any further, and now he's actually blocking the bridge, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. It might be that I just need to push that unit away, and that he can actually pass. There we go, and out the resolve. I managed to lose one of the infantry units in my attack, but I'm bringing up reinforcements from this town. I'm recruiting reinforcements, so that should come in handy rather soon. Probably have to do this siege off camera, and then we'll be able to lay siege and attack this. Hopefully it's an interesting castle, otherwise maybe I'll try to find a land battle worthy of that. At the same time, on this side of the campaign, we've actually moved across from the bridges right now, because the Wakayamas have been pushed back, and the Tokoshimas, which I'm allied with, have started pushing forwards through this area. They have a bit of a setback because we had some dastardly bastards come in and naval attack them where they weren't really expecting it. But with the aid of my navy, and obviously... Ooh, holy shit, and luckily I blew that away. Gatling gun tower. That would have been nasty. So these guys are able to, most likely, to push through here and retake these two provinces that they lost. And then we're kind of fighting with the Wakayamas up here. We're basically gunning for positions, and then I'm out-resolving and destroying these full stacks. I was hoping at one point to drag 4 of these full stacks into a single battle, which would have been quite an epic battle. One of the largest I've had. I can't exactly recall what the largest one I had, but I know it probably was around 12 or 14,000 enemies or something like that, so pretty massive battles. So something like that would have been really cool to see. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end turn, and then for the next turn we should be able to lay siege to Edo town and the shogunate. And so we are back after that end turn, and it's time to end the campaign. Tuberville will lead the attack on the castle. I'll make sure that we get the important parts to come in and aid us. Infantry last. Probably sharpshooters are actually better there. And might want to have cavalry and the Scottish unit before that. And then something like that. Right. Let's go ahead and fight the final battle. And here we are at the siege. Unfortunately, it is not a particularly interesting castle. We've seen this one before. I was hoping maybe something along the line of the special fortress that is in Kyoto. Anyways, let's go ahead and play this battle, and what can I say? Expect heavy casualties on my part, since I'm gonna be playing casualty heavy to make it as an interesting siege as possible. Let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna move the holy shit, they placed everyone over there. I'm gonna see about if I can place the Gatling gun up here and just be able to mow into this. And then, yeah, just throw forward the infantry onto the walls. We've got plenty of infantry, so should be no worries throwing these guys straight at the wall. And, oh! Our reinforcement army ends up next to the enemy reinforcement army, which is rather interesting to say the least, but look at the angle in which we will be able to attack the guys coming up here. It's kind of unfortunate though that they'll all be all my troops here will be messed up like that, and there's no way getting those guns into the actual battle here. Can someone just kill that guy? And then maybe we can get Gardner or someone at least to start running that direction. And destroy those enemies. I need to get back here. Let's make sure the Gatling gun is still on its way. This one, let's see about setting fire to the enemy's wall. Or the enemy's, yeah, the enemy's wall. Setting fire to the castle. And then I want to set fire to that tower. It is matchlock towers. I probably should have checked earlier what kind of towers we were dealing with, because if that had been like, say they had upgraded to the point of Gatling gun towers, that would have been rather nasty, wouldn't it? Ah, no, they already blew the gate up. Right, fall back then. Come on, get the Gatling gun up there. I really want to start firing into that mess. And these guys should be safe to start climbing the walls on this side. This unit's gonna have to retreat, and then we'll drag these three back like that. This one's gonna have to retreat. It's getting destroyed. And I'm just waiting. Come on, get that Gatling gun up there. Everything's on fire, yo! We've got 2 towers and a gate. Come on, Gatling gun is soon there. And look at what juicy targets they've lined up for me down there. And we'll be able to just lay into them like hell. The enemy, however, is really laying into us here. Can I get some artillery shells that way? That would be nice. And then get these guys to line up and start shooting down here to clear up the wall. Okay, the Gatling gun is soon in position. Okay, let's see. They're more or less in position. But I want to make sure. Okay, there we go. Unlimber it and hold fire. Wait for me. I am gonna take charge of this. Right, we've cleared off this side. So we've got this side cleared. This one, however, it's not so much. Well, not yet anyways. Ooh, now it's time. Look at that. Okay, let's check. So right now it has killed no one. Ooh, wait, what is it? It's got 109 accuracy. But with an Inspire from the General, it now has 135 accuracy. Goodbye, samurai bastards! It's been nice fighting you, but I'm afraid you just gotta have to go right now. It's a shame we can't actually see what's going on down there. But once the smoke clears, I imagine that I can kind of see blood spatter. Oh, and this is one, or Tuberwill has boosted ammo, doesn't he? The ammo doesn't drop that much when I'm firing. This unit is really broken down, so I really want to continue breaking this down to maybe we get it completely done. Okay, so I've had my fun. Let's see how many we killed. 200. You know what? Let's tell them to open fire. Fire at will, guys. Okay, so they're firing at this unit. I don't like that. I want you to fire directly into this mess. Fire at that unit. Look at this mess. It's a perfect angle up here, firing down into this pool of men. Just absolutely slaughtering if you're looking from this angle right here. This is no battle. a precursor to what will happen later in warfare, where it becomes an absolute slaughter. Right, let's prepare the men to scale the wall and get into that area. And why don't we burn the next level and get into this area right here. Holy shit, this one's gonna get so many bloody kills. Continue firing this kind of ish direction. Oh, the enemy is firing back, are they? No matter. Continuously just slaughtering everything here. And the, I guess, I don't know if I want to say brave or stupid samurai. Keep just holding their position right there. Oh, they're firing at something, trying to get down out of the gate. At the same time, you're gonna see about setting that shit on fire. Ooh, yes, nicely done. This unit's gonna have to retreat as it's almost broken. See, Gatling guns, how are you doing so far? Continue to fire down here. Fire at this unit. One of the few units that actually has quite a bit of men left. And since the Gatling gun is more or less out of ammo, I'm gonna tell these two units to start climbing. And I'm gonna tell the two artillery pieces to hold its fire, or actually fire at something else, so they don't break the wall that we're trying to climb here. And this unit will retreat as it's about to get destroyed there. And the Gatling gun is now out of ammo and will retreat from the field. And now the troops will march into the next area right here. This one's gonna go ahead and retreat, and we set fire to the main castle. Hold your fire, or no, not hold your fire, but break that gate for us. That would be nice. The lad's gonna have a tough time trying to climb up this way, so we need those reinforcements from down here. Let's see, not the general, not this, but everyone else will start to climb the hill this way. Come on. Get up there, lads. Bloody ninjas. Oh, you know what? I forgot to actually check how many did the Gatling gun get. In the end, the Gatling gun 1,095 men. Oh, we took the towers. You know what? I'll still burn it. And then get these two up there. And you prepare right here. You two prepare right there. Ready to charge up. You're gonna set fire to that, and then you're gonna charge into the inner courtyard. Okay, you don't have to actually have to chase those guys out of there. Bloody ninjas decided that we're gonna attack out here instead. Lots of retreating men. You know what? Before these get too far into this area, let's try and stop them before they get through. So not really that of a spectacular siege, except maybe for the slaughter that a Gatling gun was able to achieve. Let's see if I can move up the general. Maybe he can fire down there and help these guys against the ninjas. Scotsmen, charge! And let the colonial line infantry continue moving on, and then move to cover the gate. And then you two, is the gate on? There we go. And you two will move to cover that area right there. Hold your ground and open fire on the enemy. Same with you over here. Prepare as the enemy is about to come out through that gate. They slowly get into ready position. Suppression fire. Want as much fire down there as possible. Keep up, you know what, we're gonna tell them to not hold ground, just chase after them. Kill everyone. And we're looking at quite the slaughter here as well, as the enemy is retreating into the inner courtyard here. And they're caught in a crossfire next to the burning castle. Keep up the fire, destroy them. Oh, friendly fire there. Nasty. Oh, another one. You know what? Might want to hold artillery fire, or maybe not, since this is the last bloody battle. So it's gonna be a bloody one. Right, we'll go and check these guys. These guys are kind of covered from artillery fire, since it would land on the castle rather than on them. And they're pouring down fire upon the enemy. I can't understand why Total War didn't focus or continue down this road of sort of going towards the American Civil War, because wouldn't that be just amazing, seeing American Civil War done in a Total War? Instead they do stuff like Attila and whatnot. We're gonna move these guys to the oh, I think that's the last enemy resistance right there. And we shoot. This is victory. And final victory. So hopefully we'll get to see the end video and all that. So let's go ahead and cut over into that, shall we? Right, and so here we have the battle statistics. We can see that the Gatling gun actually managed to kill 11 people, after which it was told to move off the hill, or when it had no bullets left. So I'm not entirely sure. I guess retreating enemies retreated out of the castle or something. I'm not entirely sure how they got those extra, because I distinctly remember that the Gatling gun got 1095 kills. Strange. And there's no one really that comes close to the Gatling gun. But I mean, the angle and everything was, I mean, there was a perfect range for it, and no one returned fire, as we can see, since it lost not a single soldier. And there we have it.
The Western powers gave the answer.
Prepare to run out the guns. On my command, fire!
The treacherous Westerners brought death to our people.
Right, so there we have it. The campaign was won. The video that actually played was of the Chaucer-Carbines. I guess the British faction is built upon the Chaucer-Carbine, because that was the victory video that I saw. And as I'm playing a music over this, or so it played two musics at the same time, or music tracks at the same time, so it kind of was weird. I'll see about, maybe I'll cut something other in there, I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, we've won this, and I've already asked you guys for suggestions, and the follow-up Total War campaign will be in Empire. I'll try to use, I can't remember what it's called, but I have used Darth mod. It's another one. I can't exactly recall now what it's called, but we'll do that, and we'll focus in on the Great Nordic War. And I saw someone said, oh, you should be Russia. No, I'm going to be Sweden, thank you very much. So there we have it. Victory as United Kingdom. And I'm not entirely sure why there's a load of French people there. It's kind of an offense. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. Oh yes, I will. Since there's an update to this, I'll go ahead and update it and check the new factions. Or I can't remember exactly what was new. I think it was new factions. So we'll go ahead and do an extra video and check those out. But then after that, it'll be going over to Empire Total War. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this campaign, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!
Victory is assured, sir!